Hello, my name is Starlight, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. I hope you are getting out in nature, and this is such a beautiful day. The temperature is perfect for Starlight. And anyway, I want to reach out to all of you and make sure, you're getting out in nature somewhere. And some of you might be saying, Starlight, it's cold where I am. Well, Starlight was there before, and Starlight last year got out almost every single day and took a hike in the wintertime and was making videos. So, you know, um, I know we all have excuses why we can't do certain things, but we can put those excuses aside and say, hey, it might be cold out, but I'll take a half-hour walk, which, Starlight could last a half hour doing videos because my fingers would freeze. But if you have gloves on to keep warm and a good coat, and a hat, of course, is you can last longer than a half hour in the wintertime taking a walk and just move quicker. So anyway, I do love you, and like I said, it's a beautiful day, and I'm going to show you really quick. I would love to find this myself, but I was checking this sign here for this new hiking place. I've never been here. I'm all excited because they got lots of trails. In Starlight, it took her a while to find a place where I could go for a hike today. So I'm going to show you this quick. This is their wanted. I wish, like I'm gonna, like shit. If I could find this baby, I'd like, hey, is there a reward if I call you up on this? Is a Nile monitor. So I would love to spot one of these babies and say, hey, I'm out here. I found one. Which actually the number, it's funny, I looked that number up today and here it is again. 1888. I've got one. So Starlight loves seeing stuff like that. And in New York, they had a funny hiking place, was because in that area, I guess, I think it was, oh, I got to think of the name of the town, which I always thought I would love to live in that area out in New York, where they were saying, hey, if you spot Bigfoot, apparently somebody might have seen Bigfoot on that trail. They're saying, hey, take a picture with Bigfoot with you, and send it to this place. And I thought it was so funny. So anyway, besides getting out in nature, is make sure, be friendly to people out in public. Some of you might say, I can't stand people. I don't want nothing to do with people. And I've never been like that. Starlight's always been friendly out in public, everywhere, in stores, everywhere, always complimenting people, giving them compliments and stuff like that. But that's a part of what we need as far as being that change that we need to see in the world is, we all have backgrounds, we all have been hurt, we all been lied to, some of us might have been, had people steal from us or who knows what, because we've had so many different things going on with us. But that shouldn't stop us from, being human towards each other, and instead of acting like, that we're not, the same as far as being human. We're all supposed to be family, and we really should act like family when we're out, because most of the time, I have to say, 95% of the time, I get a good feedback from almost every single person when I'm out in public or in stores or wherever I am. So it won't hurt you to, even give a compliment, and it does. It makes somebody's day. And I've had a couple compliments yesterday or the day before, and, because I give compliments all the time everywhere I go. So anyway, I do love you. If you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome, and you can find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. Plus, you can give my video a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget the notification bell. Starlight did it this time. And also, you can leave a message down below, beep, beep, beep. And you can also share my videos with anyone. Plus, you can also find me or follow me on Instagram, and that is at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. So here we go on a new hiking trail. So excited, and I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control and I think I like it. Oh yeah. Okay, so Starlight's not gonna sing anymore. That's not Starlight's favorite song, but that just kind of went with this. So here we go. This is a yellow trail that I'm gonna go and bring you on. I love it already because guess what? There's no cement underneath my feet, and you know, there's no wood underneath my feet. I love walking on the ground. These are my favorite of all hiking places, is when I can actually walk on Mother Earth. And I see a yellow and black butterfly already. So Starlight loves butterflies. I had an awesome morning. Starlight was a good girl this morning. I was able to do I'm starting to write a book, and I have a book also with that actually I have assignments every day to do, and it first starts off with how I want to, what do I want today? What do I want to accomplish today? It also has like, what am I grateful for? So I get to write that down, and manifestations, and it's called a 369 method in this book. And it's funny because I bought the book really quick at a Five Below place, and I thought it was a dream study book, to help me with my dreams. I really didn't look at it. I just kind of bought it really quick. But then I'm like, wow, look at this. I can actually, help myself with starting my day off in a good way by being positive, starting my day off that way, and bringing a lot of positive energy to start my day off. So I really inspire you to, do that. And so today, as I'm speaking, it's funny, I'm trying to figure out what video I want to talk about. But since I started talking about these things, and the other thing that I've been working on every day since not my best friend, but a person that I definitely consider as a friend, inspired me to not only write a book, but to start writing my emotions down. Like every day is to express what kind of emotions. Am I happy? Am I sad? And that is something that I'm working on. Besides, I'm working on reading a book every day, so I'm challenging myself to do more things. And I already did my yoga, so Starlight has got a great start of the day today. But today, these are things, since I talked about these topics, this is what I want to really help all of you is, hang on, I got some people coming up here, so I don't want to look at this beautiful butterfly. Starlight is a nut, do-do-do-do, Starlight is a nut, ba-ba-doo. But look at this, this is so beautiful. This is I got to look up and see what kind of butterfly, but isn't this so beautiful how you don't see this in New York, because of course these butterflies are out here in Florida, and it's got that little bit of flower there trying to get the pollinators. But isn't that so beautiful to witness this, such a beautiful butterfly flying around? And that's what Starlight's going through, is our metamorphosis, or whatever you call that, is the change in the caterpillar turning into a butterfly. So it is so beautiful to see and to witness that. So here we are on a yellow trail. So anyway, hello. So here we go. Is today I want to talk to all of you. See, because we all need this, whether you might believe this. Some people, they might have pride in their heart space, which is not a really good thing. I went to church many years ago and learned a lot of things about pride and how pride can come into somebody's heart. So I don't really want to talk a whole lot about pride, but I'm just going to throw some things in, what I've learned about pride. pride is, one of those, I think it's one of the 7 deadly sins in the Bible. I believe the number 7 is the number that I'm remembering because I've read and studied my Bible when I was younger, but of course I I haven't picked up my Bible and read it in a long time, but I do look up verses here and there on my phone. But I believe it's the 7 deadly sins, and I think number 1 is pride. If I remember that right, the order of, kind of like the ingredients. When you go look at the ingredients on stuff that you're buying in the store, normally the first ingredient is what they have the most, and as you go down and read the ingredients, then it lessens to, what it doesn't have a whole lot in at the end. So I've been looking at ingredients lately on food. I'm like, I want those peanuts and raisins, but do they got sugar and salt loaded in them? And I'm like, oh no, they got sugar and salt loaded in them. So like I was saying with the 7 deadly sins, and then they even made a movie about that. So that was something I did watch that long time ago. But pride, pride is like, I don't need any help. I don't need any help. I'm good the way I am. Well, that kind of pride is going to stop a person from ever becoming their greatest version or even be that change in the world, because they already think that they already got it down, and they don't. Then there's some people that their pride, and this goes in your heart space, is that, pride, I don't need any help. There's nothing wrong with me. And prideful people will think that, actually prideful people will never say they're sorry. They act like they never do anything wrong. They won't admit to when they are wrong. So as far as relationships go, that could be a big, huge problem, because, they're always right. They never do anything wrong. They're not going to apologize to people. So you don't really want pride in your heart space. And that is really a big thing of why people don't get healed is, you might find somebody like I did the other day as I went to a store and I helped out a man in the store. But when I got out of the store, there was a lady, and earlier I said, oh, I like your dress, and then she went in the store, but she ended up forgetting all about shutting her SUV back door, and I noticed it. And it's so weird because I complimented her on her dress, so I hurried up and went in the store to search for that lady with the dress. And she's going through a lot of stuff, but I went through a list of things to try to help her out. And pride really does trip people up. Pride will, people are prideful, they really think that they got it all down and that they don't need any help, and they might even say that they're doing everything, and they don't like to take advice from other people, and so I had a whole bunch of stuff to try to help this lady out, because she worded that she's getting old and that she does this a lot by forgetting different things. And I spent like a few minutes with her and even gave her, I said, hey, you really could use a hug. Would you like a hug? And this is how Starlight is. I hug strangers. Yep, I'm guilty. And she was, with tears, and she told me a little bit about what's going on and the stress that she's going through, and with families, and I was trying to help her, but, throughout this whole time is, I realized I got to let her go, because, she claimed that she was doing everything that I was telling her about, but she really wasn't, because, I was trying to help her out, like saying, how words are very powerful, and saying that you're old, is, like it's not a good thing to do is say I'm old, because you're going to make your health even worse by, hey, I'm like this because I'm old. And like before, I made a video about my, I was forgetting stuff, and I caught myself because I'm like, wow, I keep on forgetting stuff. And then I realized that's what happened to my one brother before, is that, his memory was not good, and we didn't realize it, but I caused it to get worse. It's like, wow, your memory, your memory's getting worse, And he got so bad, he got worse and worse and worse and worse. And we didn't realize those words that we were speaking out into existence was actually, you know, affecting him in such a really bad way that at one point he knew how to get to his house, but everybody, our family members, was like, wow, your memory's really bad. And repeatedly, over and over again, hearing the same stuff, that before long, it didn't take much time, but my brother, that I don't know where he is now, he couldn't even find out where he lived. He couldn't remember how to get back to his place, where before he knew how to get back to where he lived. And so he cannot actually be by himself because he wouldn't even remember how to get back to, like how to go to the store. Hey, I see the store, but now I got to the store, but now when I get out of the store, I don't know where my house is, And that's really bad. So words are very powerful, and that's what I was teaching this lady. And, there's other things that she was saying, and, every time I spoke and tried to help her out, she acted like she was doing everything that she wasn't doing everything that I was trying to help her out with. And that's where pride will come in, and like, you don't need any help, like you got this, but really you don't have it. You don't got it. You don't know it all. Yes, you do need help. And the reason I'm making this video is, this is about like, do you need, healing? Yes, all of us do. You don't have to have gone through abuse as a child, but, people need healing because they lost a loved one. They lost their mom or dad or brother, sister, friend, husband, wife, child, So we all need some type of healing, but that's what this video is about, is to help you. And that's why I wanted to touch on pride, because pride is one of those big, huge things that stops people from even getting the kind of help they need, where they're too prideful, where like I was listening to this lady yesterday and trying to help her out. I was gonna ask her this, are you, going through therapy or something? It's good to talk to somebody. And then I told her, I was trying to, I just couldn't believe that everything that I was telling her, that she was doing every single thing that I was trying to help her out with. Pride doesn't want to, pride will get in there and say, you are doing that. And, and then you end up lying to yourself, and, where you don't want to lie to yourself, because then you're never going to get the help that you need. But, and depending on how children got brought up, sometimes, I know when I was brought up, and this is not a good thing, because it goes totally against the Bible, is, and some kids might have been, taught this way, is I was taught as a young kid never to ask for anything. I knew as a child, if I asked, hey, what if I was thirsty and it was hot out and I needed some water so I don't dehydrate, and I was at somebody's house and I'm like, hey, can I have some water? But, what would have happened to Starlight if she asked for some water? So I was brought up not to ask for anything. And if I got caught asking for something, I would get my ass whipped. So, sometimes we are, most of the time, it has a lot to do with our childhood, where maybe communication was taken from us as a child. So we have a hard time opening up to people, because maybe every time you opened your mouth, somebody, said some negative stuff. So first of all, if you are going through something and you need help, is, my first suggestion would be to find like someone who you trust, possibly, because not everybody can go out and afford a therapist. Sometimes though, if you got certain insurance, that you can get therapy that way because the insurance will pay for it. Or maybe you work somewhere and you can have, therapy or whatever. But if you cannot, to afford therapy or find somebody to talk to, at least try to find somebody that you trust, and somebody that, can help you out, even if really all they got to do is find somebody that will actually sit and listen. But you got to find the right type of people, definitely 100% somebody that you trust, somebody that's not going to go and talk behind your back and tell other people what you talked about. So really, you got to be really picky. And also, there's times that Starlight did talk to people when thought I had a friend years ago. And sometimes what happens is sometimes we do open up, but we open up to the wrong people. Starlight's like, wow, look at these flowers. I'm just going to show you how beautiful these flowers are, but look at these. Starlight's a nut, but look at those. My mother would love, but yeah, so be careful who you open up to, like I was saying, is because sometimes we might open up to the wrong people, and, they don't even know how to help us out. They might really, really, really want to help us out, and they might really, really mean well, but they have absolutely no idea what they are doing. And they could easily say the worst things to you where, you find yourself getting upset. You find yourself, your anxiety level getting high. And if that has happened to you, if you know somebody, or they try to tell you what to do, and it's a way of them controlling you. It's not really to help you out. It's, so you got to really be cautious of who you actually open up to and who you tell. And, make sure you kind of feel them out. Tell them, something, and see if they're going to go, not anything serious, but don't lie either, because lying is not, you don't want to start lying, but tell them some stupid thing, that's real. And if they know the same people that sometimes we know somebody and they know different people that we're in contact with, or maybe your family, and see if they're going to go around and tell people about what you told them. That is a good way of finding out if you can trust them or not. But don't say anything too, personal that would where they would go around and spread that around like wildfire. The other thing is on how to heal is Starlight did this morning. I did a beautiful guided eight portal guided meditation, and I mentioned that one because tomorrow is going to be the 8/8 eclipse portal day or whatever. So but there's a lot of meditations out there, and my favorite of all guided meditation man is Steve Noble, and his channel is the Soul Matrix. So if you need healing from past trauma from your childhood, or even if you want to heal your family members like your mom and dad, or in your bloodline or ancestors, he has got a lot of powerful guided meditations to even help you out with your inner child. So if you've never meditated before, and you know that you need help, and you want to let that energy out of you, like the pain, the part of you that needs to be healed. And they do have guided meditations for your inner child. And I didn't know that I had an inner child. You might even have more than one inner child, like 3 or 4, or who knows how many, that needs attention and needs some love. And so they have some deep guided meditations for Steve Noble, where that could really, really, really benefit you. And I really can't stress enough. I'm looking at this trail here, how big this trail is. But I think this is just going to be a small little circle. So we're just going to do the yellow trail, but it says P. Oh no. So maybe that red trail. I hope this is a bigger trail than I thought. P is for parking, so I don't want to go back to the car. But the other way that I found that, I did this, found out on my own on this, which is really, this is kind of cool. I'm doing this now. I'm writing a book, and I'm not going to tell you the title, but I started a few days ago, and I've been faithful every day to write into it since I started. And sometimes I don't write as much as I want. So then the next day I double up, I actually like, hey, I got interrupted like I did last night. So now I'm going to write extra today because of how I got interrupted last night. So that way I keep that flow going and I discipline myself. But really write down, and I called up somebody yesterday or the day before and said, hey, this really will help you out because I wrote a book a while back, but I was writing it all the wrong way. And then the universe, God was letting me know is stop writing the book, Starlight. And God had me doing other stuff. And then now I'm back to the circle again of starting to write it again. But now I'm going at a different angle. It's much going so smooth and so great right now. I'm really pleased at how it's starting out. So, but when you write down maybe what you went through, depending on what you went through, maybe it was something like Starlight mentions different things when she was a kid in her book, or like later on when I was in the hospital in the book, write down like if you went through some horrible stuff as a child or maybe a teenager or maybe, in a relationship, or maybe right now, maybe you're going through something right now, or maybe, you don't know what to do right now. And really, I am so serious by writing stuff down on paper, it really does. I, was upset for years about something. And as I'm starting to write this book, and I'm backtracking and to writing the stuff that happened at the time and the cause and effect of something that happened years ago, and is that I was like, that's why, now I'm actually getting answers, because I've been upset, because I'm like, it's partly why I'm in this situation now. And so it is really interesting, something that happened years ago, where now, like God is showing me why that happened, why I had to let something go, where I thought it was serving me, but, I realized that it was just something I needed to let go. And, where if you write stuff down, you're really going to get a lot of help and a lot of benefits on that. And so those are the other thing about healing too, is what I want to mention, which I did put in my book, is get out in nature. I'm serious. I am so serious. When I was a kid, my only way of escape was to go out in the woods. And that is healing. That is a positive way. I say I was escaping, some horrible, horrible stuff. Like if I actually told somebody everything that happened, they would not believe me, where it did happen, it was real. But instead of going to cigarettes or drugs or alcohol, or, some people, they think, by, like having, one night stand sex or friends with benefits kind of sex, is that stuff is going to help cover up the pain that they're feeling inside. And it's not going to help you. Believe me, I know it feels good to get in contact with somebody, but that's not going to help you. That's going to make problems worse, because you're giving a part of yourself away to someone that doesn't truly love you and respect you. So, and then you're going to feel that part of you being taken away, and it's going to put guilt and shame. You're going to feel guilty and be ashamed of what you did, and, then you're going to have regrets, and it just keeps on going on and on. So, that's where a lot of people, they think, hey, I'm going through a lot of stuff. I'm going to, not face my problems. I'm just going to go out with my friends at the bar, flirt with some men or women, because all men and women do this. It's not just guys going out looking for, to flirt with the opposite sex. Women go out and do this too. Starlights never did that. When I go out when I used to go out to like a place to go dance and stuff, it was all about dancing. It was like I didn't want nothing to do with any guy. I just went there to have a good time with me, you know. But anyway, I noticed the minutes on here is so don't turn to alcohol or drugs or, you know, sex, or bars and all that stuff, or drugs or whatever, cigarettes, is to get out in nature, you know, like I am right now. That's why I always put on my videos, in the beginning of my videos, hey, you know, this is Starlight, you know, out here in nature. You know, get out in nature, please. This is what's really, go out, you know, out in nature, go for a hike, hikes are the best, you know, parks, you know, they're okay. You know, you get beautiful ones, but sometimes they're out right in the middle of the cities. You know, go to an ocean, you know, go to a lake, you know, get out with the birds, bees, leaves, and trees, butterflies, alligators, bobcats out here. You know, that is what's going to help you to heal. So those are some ways that Starlight has found on her own that is very healing, and you know, way better than like meditation is a lot better than medication. So really learn how to do some guided meditations. If you got some trauma from your past lifetime, check out those inner child guided meditations, or even send some love to love. You know, you can do a love meditation. They're awesome. A heart chakra meditation, super. You know, those will really help you to let go of some of that stuff that you're holding in. And, you know, whatever emotions that you're going through, if you're depressed, do a guided meditation for depression, you know, release that stuff, you know. Don't keep it all bottled up inside, because it's only going to grow. And anyway, I really, I love you so much. And Starlight is, I am going through a healing myself right now, as I do want to make a video on that too at another time, but I'm going through a form of healing right now in this situation that God put me in. So I really, really want the best for all of you. And, you know, I hope you get a lot of help from this. If you need to get help as far as healing goes, and you can give this video a thumbs up. You could share my videos. You could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Whoops, I hear it. You can push the notification bell. That way you do not miss any videos. And you can also share. I think I said that, but you could share it twice, you know. And also, thank you to those that watch my videos, leave me comments or give me thumbs up, or have subscribed to my YouTube channel. And you also can follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook at 1995 Starlight. Well, actually on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook at Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. So I love you all. Get out in nature, spend some time with some butterflies like Starlight does, or even go around where they got some beautiful flowers somewhere, you know. Anyway, I do love you. This is Starlight, love, light, and peace.